Welcome, everyone. It is Sunday night once again, and you are at Ask the Danni app show.
With that cat.
It's a little different this week. Not at home, as you can see from the background. We have no cows here. But I do have my friend Kat Simpson. Wow, that was a good segue, wasn't it?
I'm going to replace it for a cow. Nobody told me that was my role on this show. I'm not doing that.
I feel like I have my 9-year-old grandson with me with a little bunny ears thing. So, if anyone's here for the first time, it's going to be a little silly and goofy tonight because I've been away from home and traveling and not in my home setting, and but we're going to have a lot of fun, talk about a lot of things. We are up here is in Washington. We were up here for, oh, sorry guys if you're having a little bit of sound issues. Yeah, we don't have the normal setup. So if this is your first time to the show, this is not typically what you will hear. But we're going to get through this. So we were up here for the SCOE convention, or SCOE, however you like to say it, SCOE. You got to move that slow, or it's just a big blur across your screen. What does SCOE stand for? I always forget.
Sellers Conference for Online Entrepreneurs. I never remember to do that.
Sellers Conference for Online Entrepreneurs. There we go.
See, now it was supposed to be about Amazon.
Yeah, so it is a predominantly Amazon event, but it is moving more and more into multi-channel. And I actually spoke on Amazon web stores, but later in the event got to speak on eBay a little bit, and Kat spoke on eBay stores.
Go figure.
So there is an eBay presence, and there will be a bigger one in the future as she moves into more and more multi-channel. But if you do sell on Amazon, and especially through FBA, this is a fantastic place to come and network and mingle and learn new things and meet some of the vendors that are not only going to be important for your Amazon business, but there were several there who will also be important for your eBay business or multi-channel business. So I got to talk to quite a few. We'll talk about those later in the show. What I first wanted to talk about was speakers that we saw. Wait, did I cover it? I'm so not even looking at my notes.
We're having fun tonight.
Okay, and Kat, you're moving too much.
Okay.
Hold still. Can you do that? Are you capable?
I don't know. I'm really
She says you're making people dizzy.
making me crazy.
Making people dizzy. All right, we'll try to keep her still.
She'll sit on me if she needs.
So just some real quick announcements. It is best for show quality if you don't have a bunch of tabs open, especially Facebook. Facebook's a real heavy resource hog on your computer. So if you have freezing of us and lose the sound and those kind of things, make sure that this is the only tab you have open. It'll run a lot better. Are you being bad?
I'm laughing because I said I should be catatonic. Okay.
All right, then. Let me just introduce Kat. I know a lot of you know who she is, but this is going to go down in prosperity in the archives of recording history. So Kat Simpson is, she has her own podcast on Mondays. She is Kat's Closet. That's your eBay.
That goes to eBay.
John,
no, actually, that goes to Amazon.
Oh, that goes to Amazon. Okay. But she has a podcast on Mondays called ThatCatRadio.com. And April's going to throw those links. I know we threw those on you. There you go.
We're good.
She also runs some pretty fantastic webinars that you should be signed up for her newsletter and on her radar to or
ThatCat.com.
she should be on your yeah, however that works.
Either
way. All her webinars that are happening.
All good. It's all good.
We pretty much come from the same school of learning to run our eBay businesses and stuff. So I totally endorse Kat's teachings as well.
Thank you.
So we go way back too.
Yeah, we do.
We go way back.
We're sisters from another mother.
Hence the reason we're just having fun tonight. If you catch this on the archives, and it is better for you to listen than just watch, we do upload these to iTunes. So you can go and listen to just the audio, but really, what fun is that? Because all the good stuff happens on video. I'm not sure that sounds right.
No comment.
You guys, we're tired. We've been here for a week. We're tired.
Crunchy, just a little bit.
All right, let's talk about SCOE. Let's talk about SCOE.
We got all the presenters ready.
Yeah, so I actually didn't get to go listen to a lot of presenters. I know. So I am going to let Kat give kind of a recap of what was presented and a few tidbits of what we heard.
Okay, the first speaker on the first day was Ewan. And if y'all don't know him, I forget his last name. Let's see, Ewan, I'll never pronounce this right. Ewan Matria. Anyway, he's from SellerEngine.com. And this guy is so nice. He's from Romania. He's a little bit scary smart. And he's like really, really brilliant. And he talked about expanding internationally through Amazon. Now, of course, you guys are eBay sellers mostly and Amazon too, but eBay sellers always, I know Danny tells you to ship internationally. Well, Amazon is opening up some really cool opportunities where you can actually sell not only on Amazon.com, but on Amazon.it for Italy, Amazon.uk for the UK, and the numbers he was throwing out were pretty impressive, weren't they?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's where everything's growing, in e-commerce. So, yeah, it was pretty eye-opening.
Yeah. I know that you always tell your eBay sellers to sell internationally. So the numbers that he was throwing out would not have been surprising to you. But Amazon.com has made a concerted effort to grow, especially right now in Canada and the UK and Europe. Other countries a little bit, and they're getting into all of them, but right now the concentration is in the UK, Canada, and Europe. And what's interesting, what they're finding out that Elon shared with us, is that these customers much prefer to buy on their own site. So they will go to .com, for instance, if they're in the UK and can't find what they want, they'll go to .com, but as soon as they find enough products on the .uk site, they don't come to .com anymore. So if you're getting a lot of sales on .com that your sales are dropping, you might want to look into maybe you need to list on Amazon.uk. So anyway, he was all about international expansion on Amazon. And then we had a lot of Amazon director level people here.
Yeah.
Last year we had a lot of customer service people and some director level. I'm speaking, I don't know if I'm calling it right, but like there's C-level executives, and then there's like department heads, and then there's the customer service people. We have the department heads and the customer service people here. And one of the department heads was talking about the Amazon MWS and how you could use that.
Which is what?
Marketplace Web Services. And it includes a lot of stuff, but it's basically the interaction on your Amazon account. So I thought it was going to be a presentation, Danny, and what it ended up being was they had like 7, I need to hold down. Hold my hands down. How do you bag in Italian? You tie your hand behind her back. They had like 7 Amazon people, and they spread out all over the room and let individual people come up and ask them specific questions. Hey, I can't get the API to do this, or when I upload my file, it does this, or I'm trying to create parent-child relationship. So they had hands-on, one-on-one questions for like an hour and a half. And then we went into focus groups. And the focus groups were really cool. You got to cut me off because I got the whole schedule here.
Just go through fast.
Okay, the focus groups were really, focus groups were really cool. I was a little bit hesitant because last year, the focus groups are based on categories. There's like a focus group for people selling clothing, focus group for the people selling books, all different categories. And it has a tendency to become a gripe session. And I'm not always Pollyanna. I realize there are problems and we need to talk about them. But I'm not a negative Nelly either. And I can't, if we're just going to sit there and gripe and complain, I see no value in that. But I went anyway and I thought, let's try. Went to the clothing one, and the moderator, the group chooses the moderator. Do you believe they wouldn't choose me? So the lady they chose introduced it as this is basically a gripe session. And I thought, oh, we are headed downhill from here, But it didn't turn into that. There was an Amazon rep in the room, and she was taking in all the suggestions. And what I really got out of it, Danny, was all these clothing sellers sharing ideas. Like this guy was saying, I can't get this to work. And this other guy over here in the room said, oh, yeah, I had that problem too. And we did this and this and made it work. So it was a lot of exchange of ideas. And at the end of it, we ended up with like 5 suggestions for this Amazon chick to take back to the category organizers of clothing. Suggestions from the sellers. So that turned out pretty cool. That was neat. And then after the focus groups, it was all the vendor aisle. So I'll say that
we'll talk about those later.
All the vendors that were there got at least one chance to do a presentation. So if you wanted to find out about what this vendor did, you could go to the presentation and hear it if you didn't have time over there. And then the next day, they did another big intro, and that was really, really cool. I don't know if you guys have heard of Ian Lurie, L-U-R-I-E. He has Portent. We had lunch with him on Saturday. Brilliant, brilliant guy. He does Portent, which is a huge internet marketing company. They do internet marketing for like Pepsi-Cola and huge companies. And his topic was called "Don't Ice Skate Uphill: Internet Marketing for Small Business." And I thought he did a really good job of drilling down into what things like Danni and I, our small businesses, could do for marketing. He talked really, really good about that. It was interesting. Don't ice skate uphill. Don't fight and try to drag those sales. Go with what's big now. Go with what's blowing now, which is pretty cool. And then the next session was another one by an Amazon director. Did you get to hear that one about Amazon sponsored product ads? Okay, that's all right. This is another Amazon director, and she was talking about Amazon sponsored product ads. They actually had a whole team. You know those one-on-one meetings where they had the rooms where you went and you met your Amazon lady? One of those rooms was set aside just for people who had questions about or wanted to sign up for the Amazon sponsored product ads. And she gave a really good talk about the best way to use an Amazon sponsored product ad, which introducing new products, helping you clearance old ones. Very interesting advertisement. Okay, great. Let me finish just one thought. I'll forget it if you don't want to finish. You know that. Anyway, the idea was the Amazon sponsored product ads, you can drill down with those just like you do with Facebook ads, but you only pay when someone clicks on them. So that was pretty cool. Okay, what was the question?
Now you talk fast. Oh, so the question was, what percentage at the event were FBA versus self-fulfilled?
That was interesting. I would say, I have to guess.
Pretty good mix.
Yeah, I'm thinking 70% FBA, maybe 75 or 80. I was surprised at how many people were still doing self-fulfilled.
Yes, yeah, I was too.
And one of the things Ewan suggested, which I thought was interesting, was if you're not ready to make the jump to shipping a huge pallet full of stuff to Amazon UK, that you pull back and do some self-fulfilled products and list them on Amazon UK, but fulfill yourself as a testing.
On those sites, I can see where it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there was a significant number of people that were still doing self-fulfilled. I met a lot of big people. I mean, people that have their own pick and pack warehouse.
Right.
I met one guy that did his own pick and pack warehouse for some of his stuff and used FBA for other stuff, which I thought was kind of interesting. I mean, he's testing it out to see what works best.
So you know what I really liked about this event?
What?
That I think other events that bring in either eBay or Amazon, whoever it is, that they bring in the people, you can make an appointment with a customer support rep. And I got the most amazing lady. I feel like I have a friend on the inside now. Oh, that was so cool, yeah. So that was really, really neat. You could take whatever questions, issues, problems, concerns, and go have a one-on-one appointment with somebody who may not be able to get you the help right then and there, but they have little slips they took, they noted things, and they were expecting a follow-up email. Like, she's expecting an email from me, and she wrote down all my info and what my concerns were, and she's going to take that to who she needs to.
And then there's several areas. You could make an appointment with the Amazon sponsored product ad people. You could make an appointment with the FBA specialist, someone who dealt just with FBA, or you could make an appointment with just a seller support rep. And I heard back, I didn't get to talk to a lot of people about their appointments this year, but last year I was really interested in it, and I kept asking people, what did you ask?
Because, let's say, so, you guys, this is not normal Kat voice, because
that's my voice.
Kat has no voice left.
I'm trying to get it back by Tuesday, because I've got to speak at IRCE, so I've been quiet lately. I know you're not going to.
So hopefully you can hear a little better now.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm trying to project. Anyway, I heard from a lot of people last year that their issues actually got solved right then. That they were having an issue, like they had an issue for 6 months and couldn't get the right person in Amazon. They came out here, they had their appointment, they asked their question, the person that was right there couldn't solve it, but they said, you know what, wait a minute. And they either got somebody on the line or they brought somebody else up or higher up into the room and solved their issue right then. So that's pretty cool. Nowhere else you can get that. Now, I know eBay does kind of offer that with those kiosks they have at eBay on location.
Yeah, they do a little bit of the same kind of thing, but it's not as
it's not as private.
Yeah.
This is like it's the Amazon people across the table from you in a room all by yourself. So I would feel more comfortable. You know, I think at eBay you're kind of like, I don't want everyone over there to know that I'm having this problem. So can you help me quietly? You know?
So we're going to come back to more SCOE information after we kind of talk a little bit what you guys are used to hearing every week. But let me let you know this segment was brought to you by our friends at Stamps.com. And what's really cool is Eric Nash from Stamps.com was at SCOE, and I got to spend quite a bit of time talking with him. And I have some pretty interesting updates of things that are on the very near future. Big changes to priority mail, guys. So I don't want it to come as a shock to you. I'm going to get you guys prepared. We're going to be talking about this. Watch for things in the newsletter and the Facebook group. There will be no panicking over this, but there are some pretty huge changes coming. So Stamps.com is also a great place. They have a blog. They have white sheets where they just pass on information of what's happening in the postage world. So definitely going to keep you apprised of that.
You know what I love about Stamps is whenever one of these scary changes come up, remember when they did the flat rate boxes the first time, or the what are those zone boxes?
Regional rate.
Yeah, everybody was all freaking out, and Eric and Stamps.com came out with a great guide.
Yeah, there'll be information. So yeah, there are big changes coming
To priority express mail.
But we will have time to talk about that later. So we're gonna stay on track. But Stamps.com, check them out.
Who let them cows out? Moo, 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 moo.